Have you ever given thought to the concept that in Oklahoma you can travel internationally without ever having to leave the state? Several nations exist within our state borders and all offer a glimpse of a distinct people and culture. I recently traveled to the Cherokee Nation in Tahlequah and came away as enriched and enlightened as I have on any trip to Europe or Asia. The Cherokee Nation has organized 4 new cultural tours, each one revealing a different aspect of the Cherokee experience. I chose the Cherokee Historical Tour, which stops at a whole roster of locations, one of which is Capitol Square, where it first dawned on me, and granted I'm a bit slow, that the Cherokee Nation was an actual nation, a whole other country.
And when you walk around these grounds, you see the oldest building in Indian Territory, now Oklahoma, our Supreme Court building. We had 10 treaties with Great Britain before there ever was United States. You only have treaties between governments. You don't have a treaty with the government and the Boys Club or the Episcopal Church or some social anthropological group, only between governments. So we were known in the world community 60 years before there ever was United States as a government.
Education and government were 2 of the most important things to the Cherokee, and I think a lot of people have the misconception and don't realize just how important those 2 issues were to us.
The Cherokee built the first 2 institutions of higher education in what would become Oklahoma. Their female seminary in Tahlequah became the site of Northeastern State University. The building still survives and thrives as a beacon of learning and boasts the only Cherokee language major in the U.S. The Cherokee Heritage Center is another stop on the tour and will deepen your understanding of the Cherokee experience through crafts and art and a powerful Trail of Tears exhibit. Outside the Heritage Center, the Tahlequah Ancient Village showcases the way a traditional Cherokee community would have looked prior to European contact. Then, a few miles away in Park Hill, get a sense of how a typical Cherokee family lived in the mid-19th century at the Daniell Log Cabin, where you can try your hand at spinning, or grinding, or cooking. By contrast, right next door to the Daniell Cabin is another historic Cherokee residence. The Merle Home is the last antebellum plantation home in Oklahoma and stands as a reminder of the luxurious lifestyles enjoyed by some in the Cherokee Nation before the Civil War. And of course, no cultural tour would be complete without sampling some customary fare, and lucky for us, Restaurant of the Cherokees answers that call. Pork and cabbage, brown beans, corn, to die for hominy, and cuisine from a more recent Cherokee history, catfish and fry bread. I learned that fry bread began its life as a cobbled together food from U.S. government rations, a way to keep from starving when government occupation kept tribal members from pursuing their native foods, elk, buffalo, corn, beans, and squash. Fry bread seems to be symbolic of the Cherokee way, of finding a way to make the best of any situation.
Where we faced adversity, survived, adapted, prospered, and excelled. We encourage folks to come because their lives will be enriched by hearing our story.
And you can immerse yourself in this powerful, personal, inspiring culture without ever having to leave the state. At the Cherokee Nation in Tahlequah, I'm Shel Wagner.